Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Now, I am speaking to you while I drive. So, give me a quick yes if you can hear me okay. Let me know if my audio is coming through all right. If my audio is good, then that means I'm good, and that means everything's good, and I'm going to keep on talking. So, give me a quick yes in the chat if you're able to hear me okay. And I wanted to hop in and jump right to the chase. Okay, so what if a recession hits and you're not ready? What if you sit there and you don't listen and you don't pay attention and you don't read the tea leaves and you don't get prepared and a recession hits, job losses spike and inflation comes back at the same time and maybe there's a war and you're not ready? Are you going to feel bad? Are you going to feel a little silly? Are you going to wish you had done something different? Well, the reason that I'm bringing that up is because I just heard data from JP Morgan. This is the kind of data I pay attention to. People like me look out for stuff like this. JP Morgan is now putting aside billions of dollars to deal with massive losses that they anticipate to be occurring with people not being able to pay their credit card bills on time. What does that mean? Well, what that means is that the consumer is probably cracking, and the consumer is 70 to 80% of the US economy. Did you hear what I'm saying? The consumer is 70 to 80% of the economy. So when consumers stop spending, then prosperity starts ending. Okay, when consumers don't bring the money, then the day is not going to be sunny. I'm from Louisville, so I can rhyme like Muhammad Ali. So what I really wanted you guys to know is that there is reason to believe that there could be some economic challenges around the corner. The good news for those of you that are invested in stocks is that the Federal Reserve tends to come in and lower interest rates when bad economic data is on the horizon. I mentioned to you before, my aunt, who runs a shipping business, was telling me how much their orders have declined since since everything started with the tariffs and all that stuff. So I believe that further down the line, there's going to be a significant drop in economic activity, and you want to be ready for that, because what happens with the market is that everything sometimes hits the market like a big ton of bricks. It sort of hits all at once, where they see one piece of bad news and then suddenly everything goes south, sentiment shifts, and at that point, people gain what they call a risk off mentality. And when people become risk off means they don't want to take risk. And when they don't want to take risk, that means they stop buying stock. And when they stop buying stock, that pushes prices down. So if you're an investor, you want to sort of prepare for this. I did a training called Stormproof Investing, where I talked about a lot of different ways to protect your stock portfolio from an economic downturn. So the URL's on the screen. Feel free to go to stormproofinvesting.com if this is something that concerns you, because I will tell you that I'm concerned. I can tell you that I'm starting to batten down the hatches and preparing my portfolio for a potential downturn. I don't know when it's going to happen. It's very surprising to me, honestly, that it hasn't happened yet. I really thought that it would have happened by now, maybe early 2025, but the economy has been so resilient, so strong. And what feeling is that at this moment, maybe a good move would be to be sort of preparing on the side with cash so that I can step back in and buy a bunch of stock once the market declines. I'm not going to say when it's going to happen. That's the hard part. It's very hard to time a recession. It's hard to time a bear market. It's hard to time when the market's going to go south. But all these indicators keep coming out, and I keep seeing these signals that are telling me that the people that have the best binoculars, people like JP Morgan, are starting to see problems on the horizon. Now, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. The reason you can't see me is because I am driving, but I wanted to talk to you guys about this really quick. Also, if you want to join our Money in the Morning class, it's a free financial class every morning where we do the art of economic elevation. If you want to join our economic elevation training every morning, just text the word morning to the number 87948. Text morning to 87948. Also, tomorrow night our real estate club meets. If you'd like to join our group and that's learning real estate together and investing in real estate together and things like that, just go to drboycerealestate.com. That's drboycerealestate.com. Okay, so we were talking about JP Morgan and the signal from JP Morgan that people are not able to pay off their credit cards. That's a problem. In terms of it from an investing standpoint, one thing I can tell you that I've been doing to prepare for this is I've been buying gold. I've been buying lots of gold, and also another area that if I've allocated funds, and I'm gonna continue to do that, is Bitcoin. And in fact, I saw something today. I want to say it was either Chase or Citibank is now accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment or something like that, right? So the basically the abundance of stable coins and cryptocurrency, particularly the Bitcoins and things like that, even the meme coins are getting love. And I have no idea why people are bidding so much for the meme coins. It's probably because your president, he's always quick. He's always ready to make a fast buck. So even he's got a meme coin out there. But basically, Bitcoin had got another positive signal. I think it was Chase that was talking about using Bitcoin. And then I also saw where the passage of the Genius Act, which is an act in Congress, every now and then our Congress does something beneficial to someone other than themselves. And the Genius Act has basically normalized stablecoin use throughout the banking system. Stablecoins are going to be huge. It's going to be a very big deal. The way I'm positioned to benefit from stablecoins is I own a lot of shares in Coinbase because when stable coins get traded, these companies are going to end up benefiting from that. I also have a decently large stake in Robinhood. So Robinhood, Coinbase, platforms like that, they're likely to benefit from the proliferation of stable coins and various forms of crypto. Now, in terms of buying gold, I don't buy physical gold. You can buy it if you want to. I just don't. I buy the gold iShares Gold Trust ETF. The ticker symbol is GLD. Somebody type GLD in the chat. It's GLD, which is short for the word gold, and that's what I buy in order to buy gold. And so really, I think also with this war being on the horizon, I don't know what they're going to do about this war. I'm going to tell you, I think it's really just peculiar that we allow Israel to pull us into all these crazy wars. There's a lot of belief. There are a lot of theories out there that say that the Israelis actually pulled us into the Gulf War, the two Gulf Wars that end up costing us trillions and trillions of dollars. And I don't know who these puppets are at the top of the food chain that are getting manipulated by the state of Israel, but it's sick. It's absolutely sick. And so, with this war, if we are pulled into this war, just know that I did buy some oil shares. There's a ticker XLE, which somebody type that in the chat, please. XLE is an oil ETF, and I bought shares of this oil ETF because I do believe that this war is going to escalate. I do believe that Donald Trump is a guy who loves to brag about how big his bombs are because he's probably got tiny body parts attached to it. So because he's got the tiny body parts, I think he likes to brag about having big bombs and big power because he's tiny in other places and tiny in his brain and tiny in other areas. And so this tiny little man who loves to brag about his big bombs, I could see him wanting to use some of his big bunker buster bombs, and using it under the guise of stopping Iran's nuclear program. So the ticker symbol is XLE. XLE. It's not ELE. It's XLE. X as in xylophone. XLE. I'm not telling you to buy it. This is not investing advice. I do not give investing advice on this platform ever. But it's something. It's me simply telling you what I plan to do. Beyond that, the markets were closed today because it's Juneteenth, so there's not much to see there. In general, we talked this morning about Juneteenth and just that history of Juneteenth and what that really means for our people. And I concluded that Juneteenth is a cool holiday. I don't dislike the holiday. I'm not a cynic in that regard, but I do think that the celebration of Juneteenth should come with a check attached, right? There should be some sort of multi-trillion-dollar spending bill that has been passed, that we forced to pass, that will, rebuild our neighborhoods, rebuild our businesses. I believe every black youth, every black young person who wants to start a business should be able to go to a bank and borrow $100,000, maybe $200,000. Every black person that wants to buy a house should be able to borrow $250,000 as long as they put that money toward the payment of a house. I think that would be quite beneficial. Because here's the thing: if you talk about wealth, wealth is built in just really three key areas: entrepreneurship, that's businesses; stock holdings, that's you know what that is, and real estate. So the other thing too is that maybe if we just had a bill where every African American child had a few $1,000s put in an account every year for themselves, that was going to go into the S&P 500, that would be a win too. I saw that Trump wanted to do that for every American baby, and I think that that's fine, whatever. But at the same time, I would say that there should be something done specifically for black folks And I believe any politician who can't do something specifically for black people, but yet you can go blow up Iran specifically for Israel, is not my friend. That's not somebody I'm ever going to vote for, because you won't do anything good specifically for us, but you'll do things that are bad specifically to us. So you specifically enslaved us. You specifically applied the black code. You specifically applied Jim Crow. You specifically applied mass incarceration. You explicitly put crack in the black neighborhoods, but somehow you don't want to be specific and explicit when it comes to repairing the damage that you did. I'm not telling you what you got to do, but I am telling you that you can't be my friend, and you better not ask me for nothing. So that's how I stand on all that. And don't ever tell me that I have to do what they tell me to do, or I have to vote for who they tell me to vote for, because I'm going to have a talk with you about what freedom and liberty actually looks like. Now, with that being said, I will say, for any of these investments, any investment I talk about, I don't really talk about trades. Day trading is proven, according to most academic research, day trading is proven to not really work that well. Now, a little bit of swing trading, like my friend Lawrence does. Lawrence, can't remember his last name. Lawrence, his last name is gone out of my head, but I love this kid. He does swing trading in the Black Business School, and swing trading I can rock with a little bit. Meaning, maybe you buy dips and you let go. You buy dips. Maybe every now and then you sell the rip, but for the most part, I believe in being a long-term investor. Like they say, the saying goes that you're not going to typically win by timing the market. You're going to win with time in the market. So it's time in the market that matters, not time in the market. So don't try to do market time in. Just put your time in. You put your time in, and then you're going to win. You try to do time in, they're gonna play with that thing. I couldn't find nothing to rhyme there, so that was a terrible rhyme, but you get the point. Lawrence Eggleston, thank you, Jeremy. Lawrence Eggleston, how can I forget the great Lawrence Eggleston? Thank you. See, y'all so smart. I appreciate you. All right, I'm hanging up on y'all. I love you. I will see you all very, very soon. And tonight we're doing stock options. If you want to join our stock options class and get a certification in the Black Business School, I know you spent $200,000 going to college. But for us, it's much, much cheaper. It doesn't cost you nearly as much, but we're much better at Black Wealth. Feel free to go to drboycecoin.com, Dr. Boyce Coin, COIN, and that's Certified Options Investing Network. And you can take a look there. And just generally, we got a lot of stuff for you and your family. So God bless you. Have a great day. Love you, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Peace.